Someone is wearing a mask. This is the card that I have pulled for the overall theme of this reading. And it might be you, it might be someone in your energy, but we'll see what Spirit has to say about this. This is Walking Wilder. Welcome in if you're new. Welcome back if you've been here before. I'm Bart. And this is an intuitive reading. I'm sorry. I can't seem to speak today. So tell me more, Spirit. New beginning, idea, and relationship. The advisor at the bottom of this deck here. I'm actually going to take that. I feel called to take this. There's something here about an idea, perhaps an idea that you have or someone else has, but it's at least someone else has some sort of input that they want to share with you, give you advice. And my feeling with it is that it actually might not really be because you're asking, but because someone's offering. This, whatever the idea is leading to a new idea in your life, perhaps new relationships, or this relationship with this person who is offering this unsolicited advice is a new relationship. And that's why, you might not have seen exactly who this person is or what their motivation is for offering you this. There's something about that. Stability at the bottom here, but it came out in reverse. I don't normally read these cards in reverse, but it seems significant here that there's something about, perhaps you're wondering, is this stable? Is this going to pan out the way that I'm thinking that it will? Is there some underlying thing here that is not really stable? There's something about that. All right, Spirit. What is this all about? Tell me more. What's this new beginning, this idea, the advice, and the mask? The world here. So something is ending, has ended, is my feeling with it. So this is a new cycle in some way. Here's the Ace of Wands, some inspiration, a new idea that has come to you, perhaps due to the fact that something has ended. Can you tell me, Spirit, who is wearing the mask? Is it the viewer? Who is wearing the mask here? Three of Cups. The Empress. My feeling here is that you are the Empress energy, and the Three of Cups is the people that you're kind of working with here. In which case, that's the advisor here. So this is the advisor wearing some kind of mask. Now, the advisor can be, anyone. It can be someone you just met, or it can be someone in your family that you might not have connected to for a while, or that is somehow behaving in a new way. I'm hearing there's some element of something new here, but whatever this is, it's all coming about because a cycle has ended for you, or perhaps for them actually, but I think for the majority of you, it's for you. You're in the Empress energy, so you have been through something, you have seen it, you have healed it, and you are now, in this energy of kind of being the queen in your own life, or king, or whatever. There's something here. Five of Swords. This is, this can be an element of discussions or jealousy. Here it feels kind of like envy. there's something about you having this new beginning. And for some of you, it might be, that you have left someone behind that are now trying to advise you on how to live your life, or, being like, well, this is never going to work for you, and why did you leave me behind? And, I'm the only one who can make you happy, type of da-da-da. That can be for some of you, but I think the majority of you, this is a person that in some capacity is an advisor. Not necessarily because you asked them to be, but because they kind of appointed themselves to be, if that makes sense. Tell me a little bit more about this advisor, Spirit. Who is this person? 5 of Cups. Yeah, so this can be someone from your past that's coming back and seeing that you are living your best life over here in the Empress energy. You have a new beginning, new relationship, new possibilities, and they're kind of like, what the heck? This to me, this card is kind of like this. This is the energy of someone who has a baseline energy of, always being, it's kind of like the victim role a little bit. See how this red thread is like tying all the cups together here. This seems like a circle that just keeps repeating, that this person is kind of, perhaps they're just negative in nature, not really thinking things can ever work out, thinking this is a bad idea, you can't handle it, whatever it is. Tell me more about the Five of Cups. The 5 of Cups. There's the Emperor. 9 of Pentacles at the bottom here. Interesting. There's something here about this Emperor, didn't foresee that you were going to be able to do this on your own. Here's the Queen of Cups, with the snake here, changing skin, growing, evolving, following your intuition. My feeling with it is this is you as well. And there's something in this Emperor energy here about not really believing that you can, you're capable of doing things by yourself, or you know what you're doing, that type of energy. I'm kind of like, why is money? Okay, for some of you, there's money involved here. This can be money from a family member, or this can be money if you went through a divorce or a breakup or something and money was owed to you there. This is money that you have used to, work on this new beginning with whatever it is you're doing over here. And this person doesn't feel that that's fair, or there's some amount of envy over how you have handled the situation and how you're, moving on. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles here. Yeah, you standing independently on your own. All right, tell me about the challenge here, Spirit. The Hierophant, Knight of Wands. Someone is learning something here. And I think this is this Emperor energy, which, sometimes it's kind of controlling. To me, this is the Knight of Wands, but in this particular deck, it always looks to me like he's calling out to the heavens. So there's something here about not being happy with how things are going, kind of like, learning the hard way with the Hierophant, learning the hard way that they can't control you anymore, or they, that you are kind of capable, standing on your own 2 feet. Why is that a challenge? Well, I can see why it's a challenge for them, but is it a challenge for the viewer as well? The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, because you're moving on. Whatever this is, you are not really giving it much attention, much time of day. Now, if it's a past connection, you're basically just moving on with your life. If it's someone new, you're not really engaging very much with this energy, or at least not paying very much attention to what they're saying. Not that you're not, hearing it or anything, but it's more a feeling of you don't feel like this information that they are trying to give you, this is, excuse me, this advice that they are trying to give you is something that you can really use. And that is not sitting well with their inner emperor energy. This, I know because I'm wise and I'm, all of this, and you're like, well, you might very well be, but, I have my own thing going over here. I don't really know who you are in relationship to this, and I'm doing my own thing. See how you are out in all the colors, and, over here, it's all dark, and it's kind of this, okay, I don't really see what your purpose is in regards to this. That's for some of you that you're kind of like, well, so yeah, there's some envy over here. There's frustration and, jealousy perhaps. Envy, jealousy, I guess it's kind of the same thing, but tell me more about the viewer and their role in all of this. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. See how you have grown here. From the little bear to the big bear that can take care of itself. This is you growing, evolving, working on this idea, taking care of business. Oh. What's the supportive energy, Spirit, in this? The Lovers. Yeah, this is balance within you. This is you knowing that you can meet your own needs, you can take care of it, you can, build the life that you're dreaming of. This is inner peace for you, being in balance. Tell me more about that, Spirit. Three of Wands, yeah, clear plan for the future, looking ahead. See, using your intuition with the third eye here, planning something that brings joy with all the colors into your life that makes sense to you, following this idea, this new beginning, passionately. Six of Pentacles. Being generous also with your time and your, perhaps also with your money. And if this is money that in some sense, come from something over here, then there might be this sense of the other person feeling like you're spending it wrongly. For some of you, it might be an inheritance or, again, something from a divorce or whatever. And they're like, well, this is not the way that I think you should be setting yourself up for the future type of thing. Here's the Tower at the bottom, but we'll see if it comes out again. So you are looking really good. Now this energy over here, on the other hand, I'm not really feeling the most positive vibes from. What's their role? Oh, Nine of Swords. Yeah, there's some overthinking over here on this side. They are causing you some stress. They are causing you, well, oh wait. Are they causing you or is this them? I think this might actually be them. It feels more like this is them overthinking whatever's going on over here. Perhaps because, yeah, Eight of Cups here, you walked away from the situation. Or at least you have energetically pulled back and maybe not, giving them the information, or again, not paying attention to what they're trying to advise you to do, and be more kind of like, well, I got this covered, thank you, but really don't need that. So what's the role of this advisor, Spirit? Why are they in the viewer's energy? Six of Wands. They want victory with something. Tell me more about that. Page of Cups. So they might bring you some sort of offer. if this is, a person from the past, for some of you, it could be someone that you tried to collaborate with on some level before and it didn't really work out. And now they're like bringing you some sort of apology to try and, have success with this connection or this idea or whatever. Why are they so interested in this, though? I feel like there's something missing here that... Hold on. Let's see. No, that's not the cards I thought it was. These. What is up with this person, Spirit? Magic. Forgiveness. All right, so if someone wants you to forgive them for something, again, there's the apology, seeking forgiveness, perhaps saying, oh, we were so magic together, or whatever it is you're wanting to create. If we cooperate about that, that can be pure magic, that type of energy. But, with the mask, it's like there's something here that's off. A message. And I think that with this message, your intuition is already telling you this is not really to be trusted. There's something here that they are not revealing, something I can't see. And that's why you're going about your own thing over here and kind of ignoring whatever it is they're trying to tell you. I don't think you're being rude or anything. It feels more like I'm doing me over here, and whatever it is the other person got going on over here, you're kind of just like, yeah, I can't be bothered. Ancestors. So yeah, for some of you, this is a family member that is wanting you to do something in a particular way that you are not vibing with. And perhaps instead of plain out telling them no, you just kind of like, yeah, I'm not, not really engaging in this. Why are they so... For some of you, for some of you, this can be an energy that are seeing you do something that they wish they had done in their life when they were younger. And so now they're kind of like, this is just not, they're trying to, I don't know, guide you in some way to kind of, live through your actions or something. That's not for all of you. For others of you, this is someone from your past that you're no longer really, travel, that you have moved away from in some sense and are not really engaging with, at least not on a deeper level. I feel it's a good idea to not, give a lot of information to this person, to kind of keep, your thoughts about this idea and just do your thing. Okay. What don't you see coming here? King of Pentacles. Why is the King of Pentacles here? Why is the King of Pentacles here? The Sun. This is success. This is stepping out on your own and, building a life that is really grounded and stable and filled with good stuff. The Sun is the happiest card. That's all the good things. Tell me more about this, Spirit. What does the viewer not see coming in this situation with this mask here? Six of Cups. Yeah, again, this might bring up things from the past that you kind of thought you've already dealt with, or again, situations that you really are not paying much attention to. Here's the Ace of Cups. There might be something about viewing their actions in a kind of way. And that's not to say, that you need to let them walk, all over your project or your new life or whatever it is over here, but more of just acknowledging, to yourself. You don't necessarily, I'm not saying to engage with this person if you'd rather not, but to acknowledge to yourself that, sometimes people do things out of wounds that they don't even realize they're carrying. And my feeling with this is kind of like this person is trying to make themselves important in your life because it's a way of connecting for them. Yeah, that's transformation here. For some of you, it can actually be an ancestor that's passed on, whose energy you're kind of feeling, or you're carrying out a project that they wanted to do. You may or may not know this, but it's kind of like there's an energetic tie to this, or they're watching from the other side, kind of following things and being like, hey, maybe you should do that. That might be for a few of you. If that's the case, they might be trying to send you signs, messages, to kind of guide you to success, or what they consider success. And of course, take what you feel resonates with you, but, listen to your own intuition first and foremost. All right. What will manifest the next couple of months here, Spirit? This is a different type of energy. And of course, as always, if this resonates with you, I'd really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel and, leave me a message. That would be wonderful. Knight of Cups here. Three of Swords and Two of Cups. This might heal something. This whole experience here is going to heal something. Either the relationship or some pattern that you're carrying about how you do things, or who this person was or is. There's something here that, has the potential to be seen in a new life. Interesting. In a new light. Here's the Six of Cups, looking back. This is also a soul bond card for me, and this is the Two of Cups also. So it's like there's something here that energetically can be healed by whatever, actions it is that you are taking here. Why is that, Spirit? What is that? The Chariot. Well, there's change, forward movement. This can have been stuck for a while, or you might have felt stuck for a while, and it's kind of like you doing your own thing moves some energy that's going to transform things for you, and perhaps for this other energy here as well, whether it's a person currently in your life or someone from the past, or even someone on the other side. There's an aspect of healing here. Six of Swords, yeah, putting some conflicts, something behind you, detaching from what the story used to be about this, and looking at it in a new light. Strength here. Yeah, and here's the Nine of Wands, which talks about struggles and stuff, but look at how in this particular deck they are pointed to the universe. This is kind of, to me, this is like learning from everything that has hurt you. This is learning to see this situation in a new way, as kind of, something that has strengthened you. Yes, it was difficult, but it's also taught you a lot. Two of Wands. New path here, definitely. All right, some advice from Spirit. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, balanced. View whoever it is, in a more balanced way. And these flowers is kind of telling me, take the good from whatever relationship it was and use that, in this thing you got going on over here. Focus on what was good and leave the rest, take the lessons, and then remember with kindness. That's not to say that, if people did shitty stuff towards you, that you're just going to say, oh, never mind. That's not it. But it's more like, okay, I see it. I've learned from it. Now I'm letting it go, and I'm remembering the soul behind this, or, the good times, or that type of energy. That there's something here about them not being able to show up for you in the way that you need it. And so you can't remove the mask, but you can still, extend kindness to the person behind the mask. It's kind of like love at a soul level type of energy. Ten of Pentacles, which to me is also strength. There's a lot of goodness in changing in deciding, is basically how it feels, in deciding to see whoever this is in a kinder light and acknowledge that you have learned something from this connection, and that it's okay to kind of pull your energy, and if it's a family member that's living, you might not, I'm not saying abandon the person, but it's kind of like it's okay for you to step into your own space and just carry, the good things with you, and be kind of like, yes, I hear what you're saying. Thank you for your advice. I appreciate it, but I'm going to do this. Because there's something about whoever is behind this mask, they're there because of how, their wounds have, what they carry with them. And they're doing, how they're acting right now is the best they can do, at least right now. And that may not seem like a lot to some of you, but there's something about that. Yeah, temperance here, it is what it is. There's a certain balance that, don't try to make them something they're not capable of being. Now, could they change? Potentially. I think we all can. But right now, this is what it is, and you need to focus on this over here, because you can't see the mask. Here's justice. For some of you, this is a karmic relationship where you're just kind of rebalancing the energy between the two of you with a more loving, forgiving on a soul level type of energy. Yeah, 4 Wands. This will bring you some stability. It will bring you a feeling of being able to stand on your own feet. And I don't know why, you haven't, you might not have felt that, but there's something about your stability of being able to hold your own, of not, perhaps there has been some codependency in the past or something like that, whatever your pattern is, but this is really an opportunity to walk your own path and view whatever this is from a different perspective. Yeah, 10 of Cups, that's be happy, seek your happiness, and kind of let that happiness spill out, over other people, in a sense, that you are, show kindness. I don't know, what am I missing, Spirit? Five of Pentacles and 7 of Swords. And the Ace of Cups. Yeah, there might have been some betrayal in the past. There might have been some, where this person has somehow, betrayed you, left you out in the cold, made you feel less than, that type of feeling. And this is, you can't change the past. So see everything that this person is, and know that, behind every mask, there's a story that you may never know. But just, focus on you and extend kindness. We can always be kind. That doesn't mean we have to bend over backwards for people, but you can always meet people with a level of kindness. I don't know, there's something in that that's kind of very difficult to express, but nevertheless, it seems important. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles here. In this deck, it's always like, beautiful things comes out of hardship. See how, these flowers and the cactus is very beautiful, but, don't touch the cactus itself type of energy. It's like this has not been easy, but it has taught you something that you can use, to extend kindness to people, not just to this person, but in whatever it is, your idea is, there's this level of, or this feeling of being able to extend, I'm sorry, extend kindness. Yeah. Yeah. Of feeling more connected, feeling more, I don't know, aligned with your life purpose and with spirit, and yeah, there's some sudden insight about this that might be coming your way. Ace of Swords, yeah, absolutely. There's something about this that you'll see clearly all of a sudden, and it will change your perspective on the mask and whatever this has been for you, and help you move forward. Yeah, putting, some boundaries up to whatever this is. Staying connected to what is your purpose is, what's calling you, what are you being called to do. But again, it feels like you're seeing something. You're seeing that someone can only be what they are being right now. And yes, perhaps in the future, that will change. But right now, they are what they are. And it's not necessarily, although it might to some degree come across like that, it's not necessarily out of, trying to be mean. It's just because they're wounded in some way. And that doesn't mean you have to try and fix them, save them, whatever, or forgive things that are, not okay. Well, I mean, yeah, do forgive, but accept things that are not okay. Forgiving doesn't mean that you say, hey, that was all right. That means, okay, I've seen it. I'm letting it go. Don't bring that don't bring that into my life again. Yeah, here's the devil at the bottom. So, don't bring any more of that. High Priestess, you using your intuition and staying, centered over here. The Hermit. So yeah, you've learned a lot from whatever it is. You're still learning, becoming more of yourself. Here's your Nine of Cups, creating your own happiness. So, all right. I think I'll leave it at that. I hope it makes sense. And if it does, please give it a thumbs up. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Big love.